Welcome back to the Piney Woods Homestead, y'all. It's been a busy couple of days between processing chickens. Got stock on the stove that's been going for about, let's see, about 24 hours now. We started it outside on the outdoor burner, 2 big pots. And today, after we get Rosie put into her farrowing barn, we're gonna go ahead and shut her up in there. She is what, about a week?
Not quite a week, yeah.
Not quite a week from farrowing. So the weather's changing, it's a little bit cooler now for the next several days, so it's a good time to go ahead and put her inside of that area and let her get totally used to it. Speaking of, we need to grab some shavings before we get down there. Throw her some extra bedding in there so that everything's ready to go. She's got plenty of nesting material. Then we're going to do some canning of chicken broth outside, because we ain't heating up the house, y'all, no more than we have to this year. It's already been August and June.
August and May.
You hear a whistle over there. That's what Lisa affectionately calls Samson, his whistle. Anyways, guys, thanks for stopping in. Hit that old thumbs up for us and subscribe if you hadn't. And y'all, if you have, as always, we appreciate you. We're gonna get on to it. All right, Dixie. All right, so the plan real quick. We usually feed Samson last. We got him fed first. Dixie, we just got her fed so she's entertained, because she's mature now. And once a hog matures, they're not always gonna be, bugs all over me. They're not always gonna be as gentle with you when you're in there with them, because they're full grown. They're 200, she's 250 pounds easy, and it's pure muscle. And so when they nudge on you lovingly to get after their feed, they can knock you down. So that's when we start feeding over the fence a lot of times. Oh, sorry. So now, let's get her taken care of. Get some shavings down for her real quick. All right, girl, shavings first. You gonna let me in here?
Right back. Come here, Rosie.
She'll kick them down. All right, y'all, change the plans on shutting Rosie up in there this morning. Silly me forgets that anytime you change her environment the least little bit, she gets standoffish. She's scared of her own shadow. Put new shavings down, and she's like, I don't want nothing to do with coming in there now, because I don't know what that is. It's all right though. By this evening she'll be up in there again, and she'll forget all about the new shavings. She'll be glad that they're there. So we'll try to get some filming of her going in there. If not, we'll film her on the next one, y'all, showing her up in there. And y'all, we could force Rosie on up in there, kind of like they do in a confinement operation. You just got narrow little passageways and a sorting panel, and you just keep moving them. But we're not going to force her. That's just something we don't do here on our homestead. We allow that animal to take the initiative to move. Now, you've seen us help them. We'll put a sorting panel in the chute behind them and keep enticing them, and they will go. And when you have to load a piglet, that's a little bit different, because you can handle that piglet better than you can a 600-pound pregnant sow that's getting ready to give birth, y'all. So we're gonna give her a wide berth and let her get up in there on her own. Now, off to some canning. Now, y'all, I'll move some stuff out of the way here so that Lisa's not tripping over all of her primitives and antiques that are decorating the porch out here. But we're going to use this. It's pretty heavy duty, y'all, and it's got 2 big burners, so we can turn them down on low and let that thing Cadillac. We can run 2 canners at a time if we want to. And that's what we normally do in the house, but it's just, man, it's so hot in there. So until I get an outdoor kitchen built, we're going to use the porch. And I just stirred up some fire ants, so I've got to remember, we keep forgetting to get some orange oil extract. A commenter from down in Texas was kind enough to give us a recipe for fire ants. And we're gonna try it out, y'all, because they're everywhere out here. We'll get some stuff moved, and we're not actually gonna show any canning today. Sorry, but I think we actually did one. I know we did. We did one last year of me making homestead chicken broth. And it's a really good one. It's pretty detailed. Same thing here, y'all, so you can go back and watch it. But I want to take you down and show you what I'm wanting to do as far as building an outdoor kitchen. So y'all, when we built our home here 6 years ago, we spent 11 months in a small pull-behind camper. And we did it right here, where this section of Circle Drive is at. And we've got a sewer main that we can actually tie into to run into our septic. So right here, over where this dead stump's at, I got to get it out, is where I'm wanting to build an outdoor kitchen, because I can go ahead and put water and effluent to run into the septic tank right there. It would make it pretty convenient. Do some fold up doors with screens, fold up windows with screens. That way it's nice and airy to get in there and do that work. And that's probably going to be a this winter's project when it comes around, because y'all, it's too hot and muggy to mess with that stuff out here right now. And I like to do all my milling when it's cooler weather, because the most that I can do when it's cool and comfier outside, that's what I prefer. Now, I still get out here and work and get all nasty and sweaty about every day. But if I don't have to, I'm gonna try to put something off until then. And besides, y'all, stuff's starting to come off in the gardens. And when that happens, it's day in, day out, picking, preserving. It's all about that, y'all. Y'all, I threw a clip in there of that stock on the stove, 2 different pots of it, and y'all, that stuff looks fantastic, smells fantastic. And I showed you a clip of some golden friars that hatched out early this morning. This will be our 3rd hatching of these. We hatched 14 the first time. They're 6 weeks old down in the chicken hut that we built a while back. And we sent 19 off with my parents to raise out for meat for them yesterday, and whatever hatches from this we'll raise out here, and that way we don't have to raise any chickens this fall for meat. We'll go ahead and knock everything out through the spring and the summer and be done with it. And I'm really liking that golden fryer chicken coop down there, y'all. That thing's working out great, stays cool and dry, and those birds love it. So y'all, everything's all set up here for Lisa to be able to come out and get the canning. But first we've got to go in and separate the meat from all the bones, because we'll take that and we'll either freeze it or we'll can it, because it comes in handy for stuff like chicken nachos, chicken tacos, chicken burritos, and other kinds of things that aren't Mexican food related. But we like that too, y'all. Anyways, we're going to get that done, and then we'll show you bringing out the canners and setting them up. If you want to see us separating all that chicken and actually doing the canning of this broth, then check back. There's a video back in the, I think from last fall, where we actually did like a homestead chicken broth, the best kind or something like that. I'll see if I can't link it here for you at the end somewhere that you can watch it. Pretty good video, shows you how we do it. And y'all, we do it real simple. I'll go ahead and tell you. We don't put fresh veggies and stuff like that in them. What we do is we take all those chicken backs, anything that we did skinless and boneless, we throw that in there, the carcass part, and then I add kosher salt, onion powder, and garlic powder, and I keep it simple. If I ever want something spicy, I put a couple heaping tablespoons of cayenne in there, and that makes for some pretty good spicy rice when we do that. But we'll show you setting up for that here in just a few. Y'all, I gotta take a second to give a shout out to a friend of mine, Eddie Howe. He gave me these Under Armour real tight fitting kind of a winter glove about 2 or 3 years ago at Christmas. And y'all, I have found that they work perfect for putting these nitrile gloves right over, because when I go in here to take all this meat off of these chicken bones, it will burn your hands. So here's a tip: get you a pair of tight fitting gloves like this, and I'll put 2 pair of these 5mm Harbor Freight nitrile gloves on, and I'll be able to cruise through that chicken without getting burnt. So thank you, Eddie, for these gloves. They are coming in handy. Y'all, when you get done canning, this is what you end up with. And this is enough in a quart to do 2 servings, 2 cookings of rice. Because it's 2 to 1. 2 cups of stock, 1 cup of rice. And we do it full stock. We don't mix any water. And we end up with excellent rice. And we can enough of this stuff every year, y'all, to last us for the entire year. So it works out really good. But like I told you, we're not going to show you the full process of canning here. You can go back and watch the video we did some time back, last fall, I believe, doing it. But that's what you end up with, y'all. And it's excellent. It's much thicker and richer than regular old chicken stock you buy in that cardboard carton in the store. Guys, thanks for hanging out with us at the Piney Woods Homestead today as we attempted to get Rosie put up into her farrowing barn so she can start building a nest. And we'll do that later this evening or maybe tomorrow morning. She'll be more comfortable with those new shavings and come on up in there. She actually got a little skittish and turned around, bumped the inside of the building and said, I ain't doing nothing with this. But she'll come back up in there, y'all. She always does. Anyways, we got a little bit of canning preparation set up. Didn't show you the canning, but like I said, there's a video that we did a while back. Really pretty good detail on that. Guys, hit that old thumbs up, subscribe if you hadn't, and if you have, y'all, we appreciate it. I know it's kind of a short video today, but we're busy as all get out, and we're trying to get it done because it's looking like rain, and we just want to get as much done right now as we possibly can with the amount of daylight we got today. So y'all have a good day, a great week. We'll see you on the next video.